Welcome back to another tutorial. This time I'm going to go over the Wiggler. The Wiggler is similar to the Spinner, which is the video I just recorded, but this one makes things wiggle, not spin. What do I mean by wiggle? In this case I mean the orientation of the object in the rotational way, and it will wiggle backwards and forwards. Think of it like a big plate of jello just wiggling on a plate. That's what we're going to create. Let's get started. I'm up over here into Smooth POV, and I'm going to go to Create New 3D Model Box. A box is easy to see wiggling. We used a cylinder for the spinner, but a box is okay for the wiggler. So I'm going to inspect the box using secondary and open Inspector on it. We're going to go down to the wiggler, which is in Attach Component, Transform, Drivers. All the way down to bottom, W for wiggler. That's wiggler. Now, wiggler will bind, again, just like the spinner, to the rotation of the object. And so here you can see persistent update order enabled, standard properties target, it's the rotation of the wiggler, of the cube, sorry, and then you'll see offset speed, magnitude, and speed. We're going to do speed first, which controls how fast the wiggling is happening. I'm going to set a speed of 50 on the x-axis, and I'm going to say, hey, you can wiggle by 45 degrees. That's too much. G. I'm going to, let's clamp these down a bit. There we go, that's better. So here you'll see that we're now, we're wiggling at 5 with 4 magnitude. So it's wiggling 4 degrees that way and then back again. Everything's on the x-axis here. See the x-axis by the red arrow pointing this way, so it's rotating on this red line here. I can increase that magnitude, and you'll see it's now shaking around a lot more. I can also decrease that speed, and you'll see that it's now a lot smoother. This almost looks like a boat or something. One thing to note with the wiggler is that as you increase the magnitude, the speed is relational to that. So you'll see here, if I increase this to say 100 degrees, but I don't touch the speed, you'll see that this is much faster than the smaller range, and that's because it has to cover the magnitude at that speed. So it's like a calculation. So you'll have to adjust the speed based on the magnitude. So I actually recommend setting your magnitude up first and then adjusting the speed. You can wiggle on multiple axes, xi. Again here, so we can say, hey, 45, and let's go at, say, slightly faster speed. So now it's wiggling on 2 axes. This is xi. I should look that up. I'm not going to. Make me. There you go. It's now wiggling on 2 axes. Xi. Damn it. Below that is the seed. I believe the seed is just to give it a little bit more sort of randomized movement. You can write that, but if you just attach the component, it'll set some random values for you, and you don't need to touch them. As with the spinner, you can turn it off by just hitting enabled, and it will default back to the same size. That's the wiggler for you. I will see you next time.